What's going on, guys? So we are out here in Elkhart, Indiana at the Forest River Dealer Open House event. This is essentially where dealers come out to take a look at what's new from the manufacturers. A lot of stuff out here can be prototype units, it can be new models that just are released, it can be production models that have maybe gone through some type of refresh, but you come out here because you want to see what the industry is doing, and it's pretty cool to see some of the changes. In front of me, you are looking at the prime example of that. The folks over at Ibex make a phenomenal product they have. They're a relatively unknown product by a lot of folks as well. So when you go to dealerships and you see an Ibex, typically what stands out about them is how aggressive they look. And there's a lot of reasons for that. But we're going to dive into this one in front of us because this thing is super cool. Hang tight. I'll be right back. So we're going to start by taking a look at the numbers on this unit. This is going to have a GVWR of 6,788 pounds. It's going to have a cargo capacity of 1,454 pounds. It's going to have a dry weight of 5,296 pounds, and it's going to be 25 feet long. It's going to have twin 3,500 pound axles, but the axles are very, very special on this unit, and we're going to talk about those real quick. All right, so before we take a look at all of this really cool stuff that they're doing, let's talk about the suspension. When you first look at this suspension, this is called the Beast Mode suspension. It's from CURT. You're going to think that this thing is just going to be like great for super off-road capability. But the reality of it is that's not the main perk of this suspension. The reality is that this is a coil-sprung independent suspension with dual shock absorbers at all four corners. The reason why this is so profoundly different and game-changing is because of how much shock it reduces to the chassis of the RV itself. And what I always like to say is, let's say that this reduces shock transferring into the RV by 50% versus your traditional leaf sprung suspension. And this is just an arbitrary number I'm throwing out, but let's say that's what it does. That means 50% less shock is going to be transferred to your chassis, which means 50% less shock is going to be transferred to your TV, your refrigerator, your trim, your sofa. Everything inside of your RV is going to experience 50% less shock because of a suspension like this. So for normal towing, going down the road, those bumps, those expansion joints, getting on bridges, overpasses, potholes, the way this reacts and the amount of shock that is limited in going into the chassis of the RV and into the RV itself is going to keep the RV held together better overall. That's the point of a suspension like this. I don't suspect most people are going to take this thing off-roading. I certainly wouldn't. What I love about this suspension is that just all around, it's a far more automotive type suspension system, and it's going to reduce the chance significantly that parts of your RV are going to rattle themselves apart. And that's why I like this suspension so much. All right, so we're going to talk about the outside of this unit first, then we're going to hop inside. First of all, I love the fact that they have this really cool TV mount that actually hooks to this rack system on the side. You have a cool little outside shelf right here. Great spot if you're going to be prepping stuff, or if you just need a spot to hold your drink while you're outside and enjoying the weather. Outside griddle, I love the fact that they're putting these griddles in, and I like how it's spaced off of the RV enough that you're not going to get all sorts of mess on the side of your RV. You have a hot and cold shower out here as well, plus power. You have the Lion's Head 125 lifetime warranty, which is awesome for the tires. You have these Westlake Mud Legend tires on here as well. They're not a terrible tire, so don't think that you have to replace them right away. They got a tremendous amount of tread on them. And what's cool about this Beast Mode suspension is also the fact that you get a reinforced frame. So it's not just, you know, it's not just this pretty looking suspension that's going to help, but it also reinforces it because it boxes the entire section that the frame sits on, which is really cool. Now, I absolutely love this right here. Now, I'm sure they have a name for it, but this is such a cool space. So this flips up, that flips down. You still get your window, you still get your day-night roller shade, but or day-night slider shade, I don't really know what you call it, but what is so cool about this space is how it brings the outside in and the inside out. If you have folks sitting in lawn chairs and stuff out here, you can open that up, hand them drinks, you can hand food back and forth, and then you have this great storage area right here, which I think is absolutely fantastic. But this is such an incredible area, and I love that they're putting them on more and more RVs. I'd love to see this on more floor plans, honestly. All right, as we come around this way, we have our MORryde step above steps, Suburban on-demand water heater, LED lights, 4-inch tubular bumper. This one does not have a receiver hitch on the back, but you have the spare tire mounted back here as well. It is prepped for an on-the-go ladder system plus the backup camera. And this is going to be the 19BRK with the Black Canyon Edition Beast Mode package, which that's going to give you a lot of cool features. It's going to give you the Beast Mode suspension, 400 watts of solar versus 200. You get a 2000 watt inverter, fresh water filter, and max air roof vent covers. So that's really nice. This is ASDEL on board as well, fully walkable roof and extended season ready. And a lot of other great perks behind these units. All right, as we walk in, you'll see your refrigerator freezers right off here to the left side. Over here, you have your kitchen area, nice undermount sink, thermofoil countertop. I would like to see something different there. You have your nice sprayer head here that also turns into kind of a waterfall area. You have your window back here, Greystone 2-burner cooktop, nice drawer there, undermount storage here. I like that they're soft closing cabinets. Same here. And what I like about these is the fact that if they open a little bit, they pull themselves shut. Furrion microwave up here, and I believe this is also, yep, going to be an air fryer and an oven and a roaster at the same time. You have your cutting board back here. Coming around this way, we have a really cool little bar area with chairs, and then again, you can open this up right here. It separates, and you have this really nice pass-through area to be able to hand things in and out. You have your 12-volt smart TV up here as well. All your controls, 30 amp charge controller. Again, 400 watts of solar on the roof. You have your theater seating right here. Nice pantry storage as well. Then coming around this way, you have a pass-through bathroom. Nice compact shower, but it's actually a good size shower. Porcelain foot flush toilet. You have a cornered sink and medicine cabinet above. You have plenty of storage here for towels and toiletries. You have more drawers underneath, storage under here as well. Nice magnetic holds also. Coming into the bedroom space, this is a queen size bed. You're going to have 4 drawers here at the end as well, which is really nice. So you get that storage plus a little bit more towards the end. And then you have your wardrobe here at the end, as well as some shelves and some power outlets and a huge window up front. That is a really, really nice window. But this is a really cool floor plan, plus some extra storage. And I think, no, I'm not sure if you get a second AC. This one actually has a vent in here, but I think you can spec this with a second AC, possibly. But what do you guys think? This is a really cool floor plan. Nice and compact, but also very cozy and comfy because you can easily, seat 2 people here. You can, again, entertain inside and outside. You have your 2 theater seats right here. Just a beautiful kitchen setup. I think a lot of people would really like this floor plan, especially for a small couple. I think that's ideally what this is for. There's not really any space for anybody else to sleep in here unless they want to sleep on the theater seats. But drop a comment below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.